Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on my YouTube channel. And for today's video, we are going to be reviewing book 1 in the Toronto Tundra series by Katherine Elle. This is Faded Shot. Now, I recently discovered she's following me on TikTok, which is super cool. I kind of freaked out a little. I was actually in the middle of reading the second book in the series when I was going to go see if she had any details on book 3, because I'm like, oh, I really want a third book in the series. I'm truly enjoying it. And I went on her Instagram, there was nothing, so then I went to her TikTok and I saw that it said follow back, and I was like, what, she's following me? And I kind of freaked out. So then I went to my followers list and had to search to be sure, and lo and behold, she was following me, so that's super cool. So I am going to post, I always post like a small, like less in-depth review on my TikTok, and so I'm hoping she sees that. That'd be super cool. And maybe she'll see this video too. But yeah, I think supporting independently published authors is so cool, and there are actually quite a few that I have read in the hockey romance space. The first one I read was Chelsea Curto. I've also read Ruth Stilling. I've read 2 series by her. We have here Katherine Elle, and I'm also reading Helena Hunting, who is also independently published as well, if I'm not mistaken. But you can find her books at Indigo, like not traditionally published, but you can find them at Indigo, which is cool. But I still think she's independently published. So I discovered her, I think, solely through Amazon, not through TikTok or anything, because sometimes that's how I tend to find a lot of my books, is like on TikTok. But I think I was just scrolling on Amazon looking at another book and may have come across her, or I may have discovered her through TikTok. Honestly, don't really remember. I would give this book a solid 4.5 stars. I truly did enjoy it, and I have truly enjoyed the whole series. So I will do a separate video on the other one. I was gonna do both in one video, but this one was just taking too long. I don't know how in-depth I want to go, because I do kind of want to keep most of it, like, I don't want to spoil it too much if you're interested in reading it, but it follows Mia Cameron, who is the coach's daughter, and then Jack Brody, who is a player on the Toronto Tundra. And at the beginning of the book, when he meets her at a cafe in Wyndham. Her family has a summer house at Wyndham that also has like a guest house on top of like a garage, and so that's where she's staying, because she moved back from New York, where she was there for university, because she broke up with her ex and stuff. I believe it was New York where she was. And he happens to be in Wyndham just for the off season, renting a place just to like take a break. And I don't think he's ever met his coach's daughter, because when he sees Mia, he doesn't know, at the cafe that he's at, he's immediately taken by like how beautiful she is, but he doesn't know who she is. Like, he didn't even know her name at first until the owner says her name. I believe the owner calls her Amelia or Mia, because Mia is her nickname that she goes by throughout the book, but her actual full name is Amelia. And she is good friends with the owner, because she would always go to Wyndham in the summer as a child, and had fond memories of baking with the owner's late wife, who used to bake all of the sweet treats for the cafe in the kitchen. And so she just loved baking. That's where she got her love of baking, and what led her to start her business, Cookie & Co., which is where she like does a different menu every week of cookies, and people order flavors, and then she ships it out to them. And so I truly did enjoy this book. And this book, by the way, both books actually are free from the third act breakup, which I truly enjoy. Some books, okay, so like for me, a third act breakup is like an umbrella term for like they take a break. They actually do break up and say the relationship is over. Like if she goes, I need space for like 2-3 weeks. If it's just like I need space, and then like a couple days later they're back together, like that's fine. But if it's like a couple chapters of needing space, for me, I still call it like a third act breakup. But if it's like they really try to push and work through things and don't let like the situations cause them to like, you know, take an extended space apart from each other, then I say it's free from a third act breakup. This is free from a third act breakup. It's why it gets like a pretty high ranking. Now for me, like an average book, like anything below 4 stars for me, I'm like, I won't recommend. Like, I would not recommend reading. But this is a solid 4.5 stars. I truly, like I said, enjoyed it. And I truly enjoyed too how I always love the scenes where the new guy will like punch the ex or like punch whoever is saying bad things about her, or will stand up, not necessarily punch, but like will stand up for her. And he does that, and that's what I think creates what allows third act breakup not to happen, is because her ex ends up coming into the arena saying things about her, and he ends up punching her ex, and her father finds out about that. And just the night before, she had told her parents the true reason why she broke up with her ex, that because her ex cheated on her, and she was like fearful of him at times and was trying to do so many things to not rile him up. And so then her parents like, we need to do something about this. I think maybe encouraging her to potentially go to the authorities. I don't quite remember all the details because I've read like 2 other books since then. But so then the following day, her ex comes to the arena talking to him, kind of saying like, oh, she's boring in bed, like you're just gonna drop her. And he's like, oh, you don't talk to her about Mia like that, and ends up punching her ex. And her father either sees it or hears about it because some other players witnessed it happen. And so then her father is just like to him, I want what's best for Mia. And then Jack Brody is like, me too. And so I think that's when her father kind of like situation realizes like, oh, they must be kind of together, because he doesn't like, we don't know what her father thinks, but like the assumption would be like her father would probably have is like, I don't think some random guy on my team is just gonna punch my daughter's ex unless he really has feelings for my daughter. So that's what kind of like allows them to not have the third act breakup, because like her father ends up being like, he seemed like a really stand-up guy if he's gonna punch my daughter's ex and defend her. So then he ends up telling her at one point like, oh, your dad knows about us. And so they start to keep it like less of a secret. I think they're still not like fully out to everybody that they're like together, but they keep it less of a secret. And then one of his teammates who he grew up with, who was his childhood friend, whose parents took him in after his mother died and his father just kind of like became estranged, gets injured, and he feels like it's his fault because that teammate had a brother who was really good at hockey, who he says was better than him at hockey. They were playing a game, I think in like a minor league or something, and or maybe even like in school, and the brother got injured. And he felt like it was his fault because he did not like protect him like he should have. And so when his teammate, who is the younger brother, gets injured, he feels like it was his duty to protect him. The teammate, by the way, is Penn Brooks. And so he kind of like, and he doesn't quite spiral out, but he ends up having like, I think, a panic attack and then about the whole situation. Because his teammate gets badly injured, has to go to the hospital, potentially has a concussion and other stuff, and he just doesn't react well. And so she goes with him to the hospital, and then he ends up leaving the hospital, going back to his place, and she ends up finding him just sitting in his shower, like cold water streaming on him, and she just kind of like helps him work through the attack. And then they end up like going to sleep, and then the next day she goes with him to the hospital, and his teammates and longtime friends' parents are like, he's like, I'm so sorry, I didn't protect him, like, it's not your fault, like, we love you, like, we don't feel like any less about you or anything. And so I really like when sometimes there's like that trauma situation where they're having like a panic attack or a reaction, and then the significant other, like it could be either one, right? She could be having the issue, he could be having it. I like it, one of them like kind of steps up and comforts them and just like kind of helps them work through this. I love those moments, and this had it, and this was towards the end and made it super enjoyable. I really liked the ending of this book. Also, I won't spoil the epilogue, but the epilogue was great too. So like I said, I give this book a solid 4.5 stars out of 5. I truly enjoyed it, and I'm really hoping that there is a book 3 hopefully coming out this year, this series. But I'm gonna keep following this author, and yeah, I mean, there's only 2 books out now, so it feels like a 3rd book should hopefully be coming. She did post on her in TikTok about like writing another book, so I'm hoping, like I said, it's 3rd book in the series, because that would be really, really great. But again, truly enjoyed this book. I would recommend it. So if you're looking for an independently published author in the hockey romance sphere, I would check out Katherine Elle. Also, my next video is going to be on the 2nd book in the series, so stay tuned for that. That is all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know in the comments down below. If you have other book recommendations, you can also leave those in the comments down below. You can hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to never miss another brand new video from me. You can follow me at romanceblvd on Instagram. That's like basically Romance Boulevard. And then you can follow at Romance Boulevard, all spelled out, on TikTok. Till the next one, bye.